He lost everything in a fire. She was one step away from giving up on her dreams. They were never supposed to meet. But one moment, one broken night in the middle of nowhere, changed everything. What they discover in the darkness is not just each other. It is something far more powerful. Truth about love, loss, and survival that will stay with you long after the story ends. Stay with me, 'cause what happens next will hit deeper than you expect. Before we dive into the incredible story, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. Thank you for listening to this heartfelt story. If it moved you, share it, comments below, and let someone know you are never alone. The wind tasted like iron and old dust. It scratched my throat as I stood there, canvas trembling in my hands. Nothing sold, nothing moved, nothing changed, until him. Lucas arrived like silence. Pressed suit, measured steps, eyes that carried storms. He never released. He looked at my painting, longer than anyone ever had. Not admiration, not pity, recognition. My chest tightened. You see it? Yes. Voice thinner than I felt. He nodded once. Low, careful, as if truth could break. And something inside me shifted. Days folded into each other. His presence steady, mine uncertain. He spoke little, but when he did, his words landed deep, like roots finding water. One evening, the sky burned orange, too bright, too raw. I painted faster, hands shaking. He stepped closer, too close. Felt it then. Crack. Not in the sky. Me. Why do you look at me like that? My voice broke open. The world held its breath. His answer came quiet, but heavy, because I know that kind of pain. Shock spread through me. Sharp. Unforgiving. The ground felt unstable. Colors too loud. Too thick. I saw it then. Behind his calm. Was buried. Layered. Endless. My fingers slipped. Paint spilling. Like something finally escaping. I thought I was alone. The words left me. Before I could protect them, he stepped forward. Closer. Close enough to share silence. Close enough to share weight. His hand hovered, then rested lightly. Mine. Warm. Steady. Real. And suddenly, the noise inside me softened. Not gone. Shared. We stood there. Two broken maps. Finding the same direction. The wind still howled. The past still lingered. But something stronger grew. Quiet. Unyielding. Love. That asked for nothing, yet gave everything. And as the sky dimmed, and the first shadow crossed my canvas, felt it. Beginning. Fragile. King. Undeniably alive. And I stayed. Right there. With him. Learning how to breathe again. The light thinned. Slowly. Like it feared leaving us behind. I kept my hand in his. Longer than necessary. Longer than safe. His thumb moved. Barely. Quiet reassurance. And my pulse answered. Too fast. Too loud. I pulled back first. Not from him. From the feeling. Rising. Unfamiliar. Dangerous in its softness. I do not know how to carry this, I whispered. The words felt heavy, like truth often does. He watched me. Steady. Unmoving. You do not carry it alone. Simple. Yet it struck deeper than anything I had heard before. Sudden gust. Lifted my canvas. Sent it crashing. Face down into the dirt. Gasp. Heart lurching. Years of effort. Of hunger. Of sleepless nights. Pressed into that fragile frame. I dropped to my knees. Hands shaking. As I turned it over. Dust smeared across the colors. Muting them. Blurring the edges. No. The sound broke out of me. Whoa. Unfiltered. My chest tightened. Breath catching halfway. The world narrowed. To ruined paint. And rising panic. His coat beside me. His hands. Careful. Lifting the frame. As if it still mattered. as if I still mattered. It can be saved. His voice grounded me, anchored the spinning chaos. I shook my head. Too quickly. You do not understand. This was everything. My vision blurred. Not from dust. From something deeper. Older. Fear. Of losing. Again. He turned the canvas toward the fading light. Studied it. Not the damage. The soul beneath it. Then he looked at me. Really looked. Mia, this is not everything. Pause. Heavy. Deliberate. You are. The words hit. Sharp. Unexpected. Like stepping into cold water. Froze. Every thought. Every defense. Collapsing at once. The wind softened. Or maybe I stopped hearing it. All I could feel was the space between us. Closing. Slowly. Inevitably. His hand reached again. Hesitated. Then brushed a streak of paint from my cheek. Gentle. Almost reverent. My breath caught. The world tilting. Not from fear this time. But from something fragile. Something growing. Something I had no name for. Yet could no longer ignore. And in that trembling moment, with dusk wrapping around us, and the past pressing at my back, I leaned forward, just enough, to feel the warmth of him, to risk the fall, to step into whatever this was becoming. His breath met mine, tough, uncertain, like a question neither of us dared to ask. Time stretched, thin as thread. Every sound faded, even the wind. Even the distant hum of the town. Only this remained, this fragile distance, this unbearable closeness. My heart pounded, not with fear, but with the weight of being seen, truly seen. His fingers curled slightly, as if holding back, as if giving me space to choose. And I did. I closed that final inch. Not a kiss, not yet, just presence, shared, undeniable. My forehead brushed his. Warmth spread. Low. Steady. And something inside me. Unlocked. A breath escaped me. Shaky. Relieved. I have been running for so long. The words slipped out. Quiet. But they carried years. He did not move away. I know. Course he did. That knowing shook me more than any storm ever could. Suddenly, a sharp crack split the air. Loud. Violent. Flinched. Instinct taking over. The wooden post beside us gave way, snapping under the force of the wind. The structure groaned. Unstable. Dust surged upward. Thick. Blinding. My senses flooded. Grit against my skin. The taste of earth on my tongue. The roar of something collapsing. Strong arms pulled me back. Fast. Protective. My body collided with his. Solid. Real. The world spun. Then steadied. I clutched his coat. Fingers tightening. Refusing to let go. You are safe. His voice cut through everything. Firm. Grounded. But I felt the tension in him. The strain. The past echoing through his calm. I hate that sound, he muttered. Barely audible. But I heard it. Felt it. Something old. Something broken. Lurking beneath his control. Pulled back slightly. Searching his face. The guarded walls. Cracked. Just for a second. Pain flashed there. Unhidden. And it hit me. Hard. This man. This quiet strength. Carried storms far heavier than mine. The dust settled slowly. Particles dancing in fading light. The world returned. But we did not step apart. Not fully. Not anymore. My hand found his again. Not by accident. Not this time. I am here. The words felt different now. Stronger. Rooted. His grip tightened. Just enough. As if believing it. As if needing it. And something shifted between us. Deeper than comfort. Deeper than attraction. A silent promise forming. Unspoken. Unwritten. But real. The broken post lay beside us. Splintered. Exposed. Yet we stood. Closer than before. Stronger than moments ago. And as the sky darkened further, and the first chill crept in, I felt it again, that pull, that quiet force, drawing us forward, into something neither of us fully understood, yet neither of us resisted, and I stayed, right there, holding on, as his past began to surface. Slowly, inevitably, his grip faltered, just once, but I felt it, tremor, small, yet full of history. The air turned colder, or maybe it was him, withdrawing inward, step by step, behind walls I could almost see. Lucas, his name left me, tough, careful, as if saying it too loud might break whatever held him here. He looked away, toward the horizon, where the last light bled out. I buried it there once. His voice, low, distant, not speaking to me, speaking through me. Pause, long enough, to make my chest ache. I built everything after that on silence. The words settled heavy. I stepped closer, again, choosing him. Even now, even here. What happened? My question barely existed. Yet it opened everything. His jaw tightened, eyes fixed on something I could not see. A fire. One word. Sharp. Final. But it was not the end. I could feel it. The way his hand tightened again. The way his breath shifted. Uneven. It took more than walls. Another crack. Deeper this time. The wind picked up, carrying ash that was no longer there. Yet I smelled it. Burnt wood. Lost time. Regret. My chest tightened. Not from fear. From understanding. You survived. Said it. Not as comfort. As truth. He shook his head. Once. Low. No. I remained. That difference. Cut through me. Clean. Precise. I reached for him. Not to fix. Not to heal. Just to be there. My fingers brushing his sleeve. Then holding. Firm. You are here now. The words felt stronger than anything else I could offer. He finally looked at me. Really looked. And in his eyes, I saw it. The moment of fracture. The place where strength and sorrow coexisted. His hand rose. Hesitated. Then cupped the back of my neck. Warm. Steady. Yet uncertain. As if asking permission. Without words. My breath caught. Again. But this time, I did not step back. I leaned into it. Into him. Into the risk. The space between us dissolved. Not rushed. Not forced. Inevitable. His forehead pressed to mine again. But closer now. Deeper. As if something inside him had shifted. As if something inside me had answered. I do not want to remain anymore. The confession broke through. Quiet, but powerful. Felt it. In the way his hand held me. In the way his breath steadied against mine. My heart responded. Without asking permission. Then stay. I whispered. Not just here. Not just now. Something beyond us stirred. Past. The fear. The weight. But also. Oh. Fragile. Rising. And as the night finally claimed the sky, and the last light disappeared completely, we stood there, on the edge of everything, not falling, not turning back, but stepping forward, slowly, together, as the truth between us grew louder, and the next moment waited, just beyond reach. The night settled, deep, unforgiving. Stars flickered above, distant, cold. Yet I felt warmth, only here, only with him. His hand remained at my neck, steady now, less uncertain, as if my words had anchored something that once drifted. A sound carried through the dark, low, uneven, not wind, not silence, something else. My body tensed, instinct rising, sharp, immediate. Lucas felt it. His grip shifted, subtle, protective. Stay close. His voice changed, firmer, alert, calm, the quiet listener, replaced by someone who had learned to survive. The sound came again, closer this time, a dragging, a broken rhythm, against dry earth. My senses sharpened, every detail cutting through, the chill brushing my skin, the faint tremble beneath my feet, the metallic taste returning. Fear brushed against me, not overwhelming, but present, real. What is that? My words barely formed. He did not answer immediately. His eyes searched the dark, calculating, measuring. A figure emerged, unsteady, shadowed, moving toward us. My breath caught, the shape staggered, then fell to one knee, a low groan breaking the silence. Human, or alive. Lucas moved forward, instinct pulling him, but I caught his arm, just for a second, that moment of hesitation, that flicker of uncertainty. He looked back at me, and I saw it. Choice, risk, or retreat. Pain recognized pain, and neither of us turned away. We stepped closer, together. The figure lifted their head, face barely visible, beneath dirt and exhaustion. Is wide, desperate. Help! The words scraped out. Fragile. Hit something inside me. Familiar. I dropped beside them, hands already moving, checking, steadying, present. Lucas knelt across from me, his calm returning, but different now. Shared. What happened? Yes. Focused. Grounded. The stranger struggled, breath uneven. Lost. Everything. The words fractured, yet whole in meaning. My chest tightened. I looked at Lucas, and in that glance, we both understood. This moment, this pain, was not just theirs. Echoed, through him, through me, through everything we had begun. The night pressed in, heavier, watching, waiting, and as I held that trembling stranger, feeling their fear, their fading strength, I realized this was no longer just about us, not just about healing, not just about love. Something larger had found us, something that would test everything we were becoming. Lucas reached for my hand, brief, firm, a silent promise. We were stepping deeper now, into unknown ground, into shared weight, into something that would demand more than we had ever given. And I did not pull away. I stayed, right there, between him and the broken soul before us. As the night unfolded further, and the next truth began to rise, the stranger's breath hitched, shallow, uneven, like each inhale, fought to stay. I steadied their shoulders, felt the fragility there, bones, fear, exhaustion. Lucas moved closer, removing his coat, placing it gently around them. Simple act, yet it carried warmth that words never could. Stay with us, I whispered, not just a request, plea. Their fingers twitched, brushing against mine, cold, weak, but reaching. I tried. The voice broke apart, lost in the dark. Lucas leaned in, focused, intent. Who did this? Pause, long, heavy, then a shake of the head. No one, just the world. Those words, they sank deep, too real, too familiar. The wind softened, as if listening, as if even it understood. I glanced at Lucas. His expression changed, not shock, recognition. Again, always that quiet recognition. We move them, he said. Decisive. He nodded, without hesitation. Together, we lifted, careful, coordinated, as if we had done this before, as if something between us already knew how to carry weight. The stranger winced, a sharp intake of breath, their hand tightening around mine, not letting go. I did not pull away, could not, would not. Each step felt longer, the ground uneven, uncertain beneath us. The night pressed closer, thicker now, watching, waiting. My senses stretched, every sound amplified. Footsteps, breathing, heartbeat, rain, earth, all blending into one fragile rhythm. Almost there, Lucas murmured, though nothing was visible yet. Just darkness, just trust, and I followed him, without question. Faint light appeared, far ahead, flickering, uncertain, but undeniable. The stranger stirred, felt it too. Their grip tightened, as if that light meant survival, as if it meant something more. My chest filled, not with fear, with purpose. Each step forward felt like a promise, unspoken, yet binding. Lucas glanced at me, just once, but it was enough. Everything unspoken passed between us. We were no longer separate paths, no longer drifting. Right here was something shared, chosen, earned. The light grew stronger, revealing shapes, edges of something waiting, shelter, or something else. I felt the shift again, that quiet tension, that warning beneath hope. Not everything found in darkness brings relief. I tightened my hold, steady, ready, as we crossed closer, as the stranger's weight leaned heavier, as Lucas slowed, just slightly, measuring, feeling, and just before we reached the edge of that flickering glow, the stranger whispered again, barely there. They are still here. The words slipped into the air, cold, unsettling, and everything inside me stilled, as the light ahead flickered harder, revealing movement just beyond reach. And Lucas's hand found mine again, stronger this time, as we stepped forward, into whatever waited. On the other side, the light steadied. Last, not a trap, not a threat, but a small fire, guarded by trembling hands. Figures emerged, one by one, tired, worn, eyes filled with the same quiet ache. They are still here. The stranger's words returned to me, and now I understood. Not danger. Survivors. People who had lost, yet stayed. Just like him. Just like me. Lucas stepped forward first. No hesitation now. Only purpose. We found one more, he said. His voice carried, firm, assured. A woman rushed toward us, relief breaking across her face. We lowered the stranger gently into waiting arms, and something shifted, not just in them, in us. The fire cracked softly, warmth spreading, low, real. I looked around, at the worn faces, at the quiet strength, the way pain and kindness stood side by side. Lucas moved beside me, close, steady, no distance left now. I thought everything ended that night, he said, his voice softer than I had ever heard. I turned to him, felt the truth in it, the years he carried, the silence he built. And now, he looked at the fire, then at me. Now I see, it changed form. Pause, gentle, certain. Loss did not take everything. His hand found mine, not hesitant, not unsure, just real. Held it, without fear, without running. Around us, people shared water, wrapped blankets, offered what little they had. No one asked who deserved it. No one turned away. And in that moment, I understood. Love did not arrive loudly. It grew, quietly, in hands that help, in eyes that understand, in hearts that choose to stay. Even after breaking, I leaned closer to Lucas, resting in the warmth. We had both learned to accept. The past still lived. The pain still echoed. But it no longer ruled. 'Cause here, in shared struggle, in quiet courage, in unexpected connection, something stronger had taken root. A love that did not erase suffering, but gave it meaning. And as the fire burned steady, and the night softened around us, I realized, the world breaks people, again and again, but it also leaves behind those rare souls, who gather the pieces, not just for themselves, but for others. And in that simple, powerful act, they create something greater than loss. They create hope. They create love. they create a reason to begin again,